Okay, hi guys. Welcome back. My name is Maya Nieves, and I'm going to be talking about 10 things to do this summer with friends that will just really help you get outside and stay off your phone because as we're leaving the fall and the winter, I think a lot of people have just spent a lot of time like inside and on their phones. I definitely have, or even when hanging out with friends, there's not really much to do besides like drive around or just like go to someone's house. And especially because we didn't even really get that much snow this winter, you can't really even go outside. So, to start off, the first thing that you could do, this one's kind of expensive, but you could go to a Minnesota Twins game. There's definitely some tickets that are like cheap, but even if you're not a baseball fan, I'm not really that much of a baseball fan, but I've gone to a couple games at Target Field and they're just a lot of fun. Like the atmosphere is fun. They turn the lights on. You can kind of get into the game, and there's a lot to buy there too. There's a lot of food, so if you go with friends, you can definitely just get food and you can just have a good time. The next idea, this one is definitely much like cheaper, but you could go to an outdoor movie. I've been to a couple at Centennial Lakes Park in Edina, I think, and I think they're still doing them. There's I think 3 or 4 every summer. And they're usually like animated and like family friendly, but they're still like fun. It's kind of buggy, but they're free, and it's like at nighttime, so it like gets really dark and you can like see everything really clearly, and then it's just pretty because that park is really pretty. But there's definitely some other ones like in St. Louis Park that show outdoor movies too, which segues into the next thing that you could do, because at Centennial Lakes they have there's like a little like pond, and there's pedal boats and like kayaks and paddle boards. So you could go pedal boating or kayaking or just anything on water. Like at Lake Harriet, they do sailing in the summer, so they can like teach you how to sail. Or like with friends, pedal boats is fun just because like you need like 2 or like 4 people to like make the boat move. So that's another good way to get outside and just do something fun. Another idea would be having a barbecue, like a lot of people do for 4th of July, but if you have one with friends like in the summer at night, that could just be a lot of fun. And then like everyone can pitch in food, so you don't have to like buy a whole meal like when you just go out. Like in the winter, I think I spent like hundreds of dollars just like going out for food every single day. But that way like you all can kind of like pitch in. Another idea, this one comes at the end of the summer, or usually in August, is to go to the Minnesota State Fair. This one's definitely more expensive just because like the tickets and all the food that you buy, but I personally think that it's definitely worth it just because there's so much food, and there's so many rides, and there's just a ton of people. They have like music there too, and you can just get like a lot out of the whole day. I've only lived in Minnesota for like 4 years, but I've gone every year, and each year I've gone, it's been like a ton of fun. Another idea could be to go fishing. I've gone fishing like once or twice, but it's definitely something that I want to do more because Minnesota obviously has a lot of lakes, and that's like a good way that you can just like hang out with people and like still be outside and just do something like really chill and like low key. And it's probably a little expensive if you don't have stuff, but like it's still like fun and definitely worth like trying. Another idea would be like exploring new places like Stillwater, which is around like 40 minutes away from the high school, I think. I went a couple times in the winter, and it was definitely fun in the winter. I didn't really spend much time like walking around the town because it was just like so cold, but it's really pretty. There's a lot of shops. You can go like shopping, and then it's also along the St. Croix River, and there's like a boat tour that you can take down the river, which I definitely would want to do just because I've only seen it when it's like frozen and like cold. So I would definitely like to see it like in the summertime. And even though it's a little far, like it's not that far for like what you get out of it, I think. Then another idea would be to go to one of Minnesota's many water parks. So there's the Water Park of America, or there's Cascade Bay. I'm not sure how far either of those are. There's also Great Wolf Lodge is inside. But those ones are outdoors, and those are really good. When I go to water parks, I always just I barely look at my phone, because I'm just having fun there. And it reminds me a lot of when I was younger, because I used to go to a lot of water parks when I was younger. But going with friends when you're older is so much fun, because you can go down water slides that you probably were literally too young to ride before. Same with places like Valley Fair. That's another really good place to go. It's kind of in the same category as the State Fair, because it's kind of expensive, but it's still really fun. and you can get like a ton out of it as well. Another idea could be just like trying to make some money. You can definitely just get a job with friends. Like if you and some other friends are all like unemployed, you can all just apply to the same place and work together, especially if it's somewhere outside, like be a camp counselor outside. I did that for the last like 3 years, and then this year I'm lifeguarding, but I do it with a ton of my friends, so it's definitely going to be really fun, and it's still something like outside, and obviously while you're like working, you're not just like glued to your phone the whole time, so that's another really good idea. Or you could also go on a road trip with friends, because I guess like not across like the country or anything, but just like, I don't know, to Wisconsin, to Iowa, to, I mean, even if you count like Stillwater as a road trip, even though it's only like 40 minutes, but just something like that could be really good. Another idea, this one you would probably have to road trip to a little bit, but you could go camping. I went camping in the fall with 3 of my friends, and it was like 30 minutes away, and it was so much fun. Like we only went for one night, but it was just a lot of fun, and that's like such a good way to get outside. And I don't think there was even like that much like Wi-Fi down there, so we definitely weren't like looking at our phones. So going camping, going on hikes, especially up north, there's a lot of like great trails that you can go on, along with like canoeing, like up north on lakes. You can definitely do that too. All these are kind of like bigger ideas, but they're definitely possible if you have like the kind of friends who are interested in outdoor activities such as these. Yeah, but these are just a couple ideas. There's definitely some more. I'm gonna wrap it up here, but yeah, these are just a couple, and there's definitely a lot more out there, and you can definitely use these as well. But I'll be back in a couple months with some good fall ideas. Okay, thanks guys.